You know what, people just be so cold and heartless. I'd be like, dang, you don't have no mama or no sisters, or you would have at least a little bit of a heart to not do this shit. But they don't care. They don't
Not at
care.
all. Not at
They
all.
do
They don't
not
care at all.
care. Panda,
Um,
I can see you in the photo frame behind you. She's like, Dad, come put me to bed, please.
yeah, no, we got one more. We got one more before we get out of here. This one was kind of heartfelt to me. It's his brother that learned trains. He's as Asperger. He learned how to run the New York Transit trains, but he's been locked up off and on for years. And this story was touching.
Hey, you got anything you love so much that you do anything for it? If you said yes, then you're probably like Darius. See, Darius loved trains so much that he went to jail 32 times for stealing them. Maybe you're not like Darius, but not many people are, because you see, Darius had a problem. While he was growing up, he didn't make many friends and he was bullied. They said, Darius, you're weird. Darius said, no, I'm not weird. I just got Asperger's syndrome. See, basically, a bully slides in and says, hold on now, Darius, you're using one too many big words. You think you're better than me? The bully grabs a pair of scissors and pokes Darius really hard. And it's because of this, Darius starts skipping school and hanging out by the New York subways because, again, he loved trains. The train workers start to notice him, so they call him over. They say, hey, old boy, come here. You like trains? Darius said, is the A line the longest line in the New York subway system? They said, kid, this is my 9 to 5. I don't know. He said, I memorized the entire map. Yes. So the workers start allowing him to hop on the train with them. They start showing him how the train works. One of the workers said, look, he's just a kid. He's not going to remember all this. Darius said, start, stop, reverse. It's 102. So we should be headed to Queens anytime soon, right? And the worker said, oh. Darius now knows how to operate a train. So one day, one of the workers hits Darius up. He said, look, I got a little side piece I'm trying to see. Darius, I just need you to go for like 6 stops on my train and you good. Darius said, bet. Darius pulls up. He starts driving the train. Passengers coming in and out. One of the passengers walks in and goes, hello, 911. There's a child operating a train. The police said, hey, yo, is everybody okay? Dude said, actually, yeah, he's very knowledgeable. Excuse me, how do I get to Harlem? Yeah, he just gave me some info right now. Very cool dude. Yeah, y'all coming though? They said, yeah, we pulling up. The police pull up. They said, hands behind your back. The passenger said, hold on, now this is the first time we've been on time. Darius drove the trains immaculately. The police said, don't worry, he's not 18 yet, so we're not taking him to jail. We're taking him to prison, because at the same time, he is black, so we will be locking him up, yes. But Darius loved trains and really the transit system so much, while he was in jail, he asked the police if he can drive one of their buses. The police said no, because technically you're a felon. And since Darius was now considered a felon, that means he could never be hired as a transit worker, which brings me back to my first question. You ever love something so much that you do anything for it? Well, here's where things start to get wicked. Because Darius's answer was absolutely. He starts driving trains immaculately for free. Whenever somebody would call out sick, he would find out what train they were supposed to drive and he would cover for them. But he would do this without permission, so anytime he did get caught, they arrested him. At this point in his 20s, he was arrested about 20 times. And he was doing time, a few years here, a few years there. Every time he got out, he would go right back to the trains. At one point, he even got married, but his wife thought he was cheating on her because he was with them trains so long. She said, you cheating on me? He said, absolutely, with the trains. Those were his words in the interview. He said, I was basically cheating with the trains. I loved them more. He got a divorce. This man knew so much about trains that after 9/11, the Department of Homeland Security went to him so they can understand how to protect the railways better. After he gave them all the information, they said, appreciate you, brought him back to jail. Now, sadly, Darius spent about half of his life in prison. With the final 32nd time, he has been admitted to a psychiatric hospital indefinitely. And here's the worst part. The courts considered him dangerously mentally ill. So they locked him up with violent offenders. The psychiatrist that the courts called in said, don't do that. That is not our recommendation. He should be allowed some freedom. He is not dangerous. The court said, yes, we called you guys in, but we wanted you to agree with us, so we're not taking your opinion. He's dangerous. Lock him up. And well, Darius has been locked away in a type 1 facility, meaning he's considered very dangerous, for about 7 years now. Both of the court psychiatrists recommended he be in a type 3 facility, meaning he is allowed some freedoms. He's not considered dangerous. Now, regardless, if you think this is unfair, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to at least speak about this. Tell a friend about Darius. Share this video if you must. If you make videos, make a video about this. use the hashtag Free Darius when you're talking about this. Let's make this an online movement, because at the end of the day, it's not just about Darius, it's about a broken system that absolutely needs to change. If you'd like to do more, there's a petition I found. Go to Google, type in change.org, Free Darius.
All right, Dom. That's crazy, right? Like,
I am shook. And
it's like if somebody just taught him and was like pull him up under the wing, like they use him for learning the transit system.
and then threw his ass back in jail.
Threw his ass right back in jail.
And saying that he's a menace to society and that he needs to be at a type 1 facility, when several psychiatrists told y'all, no, it's more like a 3. But like I said, we're still fighting that same fight. And people, often ask like, oh, have things gotten worse, since we have moved on, like moved into the 21st century? I'd like to just push back and say things have never changed. Stuff is just
everybody knows his name is Darius McCollum. That's his name, his full name, or whatnot. He has a documentary called Off the Rails. It came out in 2016. If people want to check that out as well. So this is I'm gonna dive even deeper into this Darius McCollum thing, because man, like this brother was just trying to figure his way out, and they won't even. Like, this is the thing, is that we want to throw people away so fast.
Yep.
Instead of trying to find ways to enhance or take the talents and make them useful in society in some way. We just like, oh, fuck it, you just a menace to me, or just a nuisance. I want to say he's not even a menace. He's a nuisance. He's a nuisance. So I'd rather have a nuisance be locked away instead of trying to find something to be able to work with them and help make them better, and then maybe make society better as well.
It's just all around sad, but again, not shocking.
Yeah,
the system needs to be broken. So maybe we're at that turning point right now where it has to be broken in order to become better. Hey y'all, if y'all like what y'all see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast with your friends, because we got all the tea. And if you want to check out more stuff from us, be sure to hit that button right there on the right side, so you can see other stuff, and again, share it with everybody.